Hey guys, how are you guys doing today? I hope you guys are doing wonderful on this snowy weather. I hope you guys are doing great. Anyways, I hope you guys are doing great. So today I have an encouraging word for you guys, which is Hebrew chapter 1, verse 11, which stated, it says, "Now faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen." Okay? So, I got this revelation today about my how faith for me. I got this revelation this morning, how the Lord brought it to my attention concerning my skin and faith. So few days back, it's like I was just like I said it out to the Lord, because I was just talking about something else. And I said, you know what? I may not see what is happening, but I'm gonna believe that my skin is healing, because sometimes when something is bad, that's when the skin will, like, our body communicate with us. It doesn't matter what is the skin or your organs, it communicate. Do you understand me? So I was like, you know what? I'm gonna really like believe that something is working and things are actually taking place in my skin, even though I may not see it. And it is, my face is clearing up, and and so forth. And sometimes I should have been taking care of my skin, but because I doubted the medication that my dermatologist gave me, which is actually working now. Obedience is better than sacrifice, bro. Anyway, so yeah, so this verse, let's go back to what I wanted to say. So that's the revelation that I got in, and I want to share with you guys what was brought to me, and what I want to share with you guys today. It says this verse means that faith is about believing in what we cannot yet see. And God gave me an example of how faith works that many of us can relate to: our skin. Or it may be your skin, it may be whatever situation that you got going on. For me, it's my skin, because that's something that is very big to me. Okay, it says when someone has a skin issues, whether it is acne, scars, irritation, or any condition, what do we usually focus on? We focus on what is visible, right? The things that we can see. We see the breakouts, we see the redness or the inflammation that may take place in our skin, or anything else, right? And sometimes that is all we can think about, right? The problem that we can see, right? Oftentimes when situation happen, we can only think about the situation that is at hand. Let's say you're cooking, and then all of a sudden, the food that you're cooking is popping everywhere. Let's say you're frying chicken. All of a sudden, the oil is frying everywhere. And I'm talking about everywhere, and to the point that you might end up turning off the stove because you don't want nothing to happen. But just because the things may be chaotic does not mean that that's exactly how things are gonna be. Do you understand me? Just because your life may seem chaotic right now, it doesn't mean that God is still not God. He's still not in charge. Do you understand me? So we gotta keep, and this is where Hebrew chapter 11 comes in, because we gotta think about, instead of us to look into our problems and be like, oh my gosh, everything is happening, we should not focus onto our problem, but rather we should focus onto the things that we cannot see, which is by believing and thanking God. Okay, so I'm gonna continue. It says, but what we do not see is what is happening beneath the surface. Even when the skin looks bad, or the outside, even when the skin looks bad on the outside, healing can be taking place underneath. The skin is repairing, new cells are forming, restoration is happening quietly, invisibly, and gradually, right? And that is how faith works, right? Sometimes in life, all we see is a problem, all we see is a delay, all we see is a struggle, all we start to, that's all we start to think about, right? Nothing is happening. God, where are you? How many of you guys have asked yourself this question: God, where are you? Why is it that nothing is happening for me? Why is it that I'm just stuck in this situation? And why is it that nothing is happening for me? But let me tell you, let me share this right now. the things that I have learned. I am learning now to surrender in every single thing to God. Because the more I learned that when you surrender to God, your life is becoming, you get to have peace. But when you become very chaotic and you're like, oh my God, I have this, I have that, I gotta pay for this, I gotta pay for that, I gotta pay this bill, that bill. It's like, it's not really gonna solve the situation at all. Because now you're freaking out and now you're just like, okay, oh my gosh, like this is the end of the situation. I know the things are there, but at the end of the day, it's just like, what else can you do but to relax and just trust in God and believe in Him and knowing that He got you, or believing that He's going to make a way or provide for you, right? So it's like we cannot be freaking out. And all of that also got to do with faith, like you surrendering to God. It have a lot to do with faith, because when you surrender to God, it's like you're telling God, like, God, I'm not in charge of this. You are. I just do not have no control over this. You do. And I don't have nothing else to do. I don't have nothing else I can do. You understand me? So it's like that's you practicing faith, because then God is saying that, okay, like, you know what? Yeah, she's relying on to me, or he's relying on to me to help him in the situation. So this is what I'm going to do, and so forth. So we really cannot really freak out at all. Just, I learned to chill. It, like, I just learned, like, well, there's nothing I can do. But yeah, so there's nothing we can do. So instead of us looking to our problems, we should look into God, right? So it doesn't mean that God is not doing anything. And we got to get out of the stuck mentality. Okay, so yeah, so let's continue. It says, but just because you do not see change yet does not mean nothing is changing. Here is another example, a chemical pill. I have never got a chemical pill before, but I always wanted to get one, and I actually do have a chemical pill at home. And but I did used to do a chemical pill on my body though, and it was very amazing. Not on my face though. I never did a chemical pill on my face. But here is another example of chemical pill. I don't know how many of you guys have got a chemical pill before. But it says, when someone get a chemical pill, when someone get a chemical pill, the skin actually get worse before it get better, which is so true. If you get a chemical pill or any kind of pill, your skin will look like very flaky, dry, and it will be very, like, it's a it's an embarrassing process, especially if you around your friends. They get to see your skin falling off, and then now they get to wonder, like, are you okay? Bro, you shed it. It's really funny, like, if you really think about it. They get to be like, oh my God, are you okay? You're shedding skin. But they don't understand, and you really cannot tell them. Oh my gosh. But yeah, like, when someone get a chemical pill, right, like, the skin will look way worse than it was before, right? It will look burned, and it will even peel off, and it will even look rough, very, very rough. And that's the process of it, right? It says, but the purpose of the pill is not to damage the skin. The purpose of the pill is not to damage the skin. It is to heal it from within and bring in our brand new skin. Oh my God, I just got a revelation just now. So the purpose of the chemical pill is not to damage the skin, but to bring in new skin. It's kind of like our life with God and our situation with God. When God takes us through a process, and let's say if all of a sudden things become dry in your life, nothing is moving, nothing is taking place, nothing is happening, it doesn't mean that God is not doing anything. Just like the chemical pill, it means that, again, this is all related to faith. Just like the chemical pill, it means that God is doing this for us. And the chemical pill, again, it will look way worse. Like, oh my God, where are you? All of a sudden, my money stopped. All of a sudden, my house is this. All of a sudden, my house is that. My life is this. Like, no, your life is still the same, because you still have a life. You still have health. You can still breathe. Believe it or not, there are people out there, they cannot wait to take away your life. Literally. But you can still breathe. You're still alive. You still have breath. You still have arms. You still have a lot of things going on for you. It may not be the things that you wanted, but it's things are still taking place. And just like the chemical pill, it may look rough. Your life may look rough, but once the process is finished, comes the brand new skin. You understand me? It's the same thing with faith. Once you believe, even in the midst of the chaos, in the midst of you, facing whatsoever that you're facing, but you believe that God, I'm going to believe in you that no matter what, you understand me? And I'm going to believe in you, and I'm still going to pray, and I'm still going to believe in you, and I'm still going to do every single thing I can. And then all of a sudden you will see your life start to change, start to be transformed, start to be aligned with God. And that's the way how our life is with this word. I mean, with faith. And this is where God wants all of his children to be, and for us to be in this place. You understand me? So now let's continue. It says, okay. So don't think that, because there's a brand new skin that is waiting for you. There's a brand new everything is waiting in the process for you. Okay. The process, right? This process of the chemical pill, right? It mirrors our faith walk so closely. It mirrors our faith. It mirrors again, faith. Okay, just like the chemical pill, you're like, oh my God, it's really looking bad. My face, I cannot even go outside no more. What have they done to me? But deep down, it's a lot that is taking place. It's a lot that's happening. It's a lot that is going on, and so forth. Okay, so it says sometimes God is doing such a deep work inside of us that it looks uncomfortable on the outside. Right? It looks super uncomfortable on the outside. It can look like chaos. It can look like delay. It can even feel painful. But underneath all of that, our new life is forming. Our new strength, new wisdom, new character, new purpose is taking place. It's so funny that, because, I got this revelation today. But it's so funny that today I was just praying. I was like, listen, because what I received for the month of December was restoration, and God is doing things new. And then, that's what I received, that God is doing something new for this month of December. And then that's when it hit me. And then that's when I was like, wait a minute. God is doing something new, because I was about to pray for God restore me. But then again, I don't want God to restore me. I know it sounds like, wait, what? You don't want God to restore you? Let me explain. I want God to not just restore me, but I want him to do something new in my life. I want him to, because if he restored me, that means that he will have to go back to, factory. He will have to go back. Well, not even he will have to go back. Have you guys ever turned off your phone? Let's say you want to delete your phone and you want to probably do something. You might press the reset button, right? Just because you may press the reset button does not mean that does not mean that your phone is going to be brand new. But if you go to the setting of your phone and then you do factory resets, that's when your phone will be literally it's brand new, because everything will be wiped. Everything will be wiped completely. Do you understand? So exactly, that's how hold on. So that's how our walk is with God and with this faith of ours. Do you understand me? So in the midst of the chaos, we may be like, but God, where are you? But God is doing something new. So what he is doing is that, because we don't want him to restore us, we want him to do something new. That means that God, give me a new name. God, give me a new identity. God, give me a newness. Give me everything new. Make everything in my life brand new. Do you understand me? That's what we want God, because, oftentimes we pray for restoration. Yes, but at the same time, we don't want to go back to the place that where we was, because the purpose is for us to break the pattern. The purpose is for us to walk in our new calling, into the promise that God have for us. Do you understand me? Not for us to be in the same place. So we want God to do something new, right? Something's changing. See his glory. Feel like heaven on earth, right? So anyways, yeah, we want God to do something new in our lives. But anyways, let me continue because I kind of feel like this is supposed to be like a quick video, but it's becoming long. Anyways, yeah. So it's like it will feel everything like everything will feel uncomfortable, but God is doing something new. So when we feel like so when you feel like you have been stuck in a situation for too long, when you are praying, wondering, God, why am I still here? The truth is, things are still happening even when you do not see it, even when you do not feel it, even when it does not look like it. Things are still taking place and things are still happening. Okay? So be encouraged. Faith is trusting that God is working beneath the surface. Hebrew 11 verse 1 remind us that faith is not based on what our eyes sees. It is based on what our spirit believes. Again, so faith and your spirit, it's kind of like because your spirits have to believe it. Your body, mind, soul, and spirits have to believe, aka be aligned to the promise that you believe, to the promise that you believe in God for. Whether it is for your marriage, for your relationship, for your business, for your children, your family, whatsoever it is, just faith. God is working everything out, even in the midst of the chaos. Okay, and just like the skin, right? Just like the skin, just like the skin healing take time, so does God process, right? So today I want to encourage you, don't give up because it looked worse before it looked better. Don't lose hope just because change has not appeared yet. Don't stop believing just because you can don't stop believing just because you can only see the surface, because underneath it all, God is healing, God is restoring, God is renewing. And the beauty you are waiting for, it already is in the process. And the beauty that you're waiting for, it is already in the process of being revealed. So just like the thing that you believe in, that just like the promise that you believe in God for, or whatever it may be, whether it's for healing or whatever, just believe that it is already in the process to be revealed to you. And this is where also breakthrough comes from, by us believing. And that is where we get breakthrough from. Thank you, Holy Spirit. That's where we get breakthrough from. I did not even know that. I just learned something new. But that's where we get breakthrough from, by us believing and having faith. Okay? So I just want to share this with you guys. May God bless you guys, and may God be with you guys. And may the Lord cover you, be with you, shield you, protect you, and love on you. And just remember that you are loved, you are amazing, and God is with you, and He cares about you. And may the Lord be with you, and may He turn everything in your life brand new. Okay? Bye.